When it comes to custom pickup trucks, the possibilities are endless, but you see three common themes. You can go low, you can go high, or you can go crazy, and a lot of them have huge power under the hood. So let's start with go low. Lot 1326, a 1956 Ford F100, lowered on a roadster shop chassis, shaved and smoothed in all the right places, Byron blue paint, and under the hood, a 7.3-liter supercharged Godzilla V8 for 700 horsepower. Next, let's go high. Lot 1332.1 is a 1972 K10 pickup truck that's gotten a 4-inch lift with box coilover struts, 35-inch tires, and over 2,000 man-hours into this build. Under the hood, an LS3 with 525 horsepower. And finally, let's go crazy with Lot 1343, a 1963 GMC 4000. So this is the commercial heavy-duty long frame, but heavily customized with a crew cab, something they didn't have in 1963, a dually bed, again something that didn't exist in 1963, and under the hood, a modern Vortec 454. So big power again, but nuts!
Boy, they're all beautiful, but can any of them run with the Hoonitruck? That is going to cross the block here on Saturday. Wow.
Yeah, those twin turbos out of the hood are pretty wild on that thing. The two turbos sticking out of the hood, and all that stuff for drifting in that YouTube video from Hoonigan is just pretty iconic.
Oh, it's really like being able to buy a YouTube star, a movie star, because so many people have seen that.
Beautiful truck here, and look how that base coat, clear coat paint just gleams here at Barrett-Jackson. The consignor wants the hood up. He is justifiably proud of the 7.3-liter Godzilla motor that lies beneath.
Yeah, what a great name for a crate motor, and absolutely massive power with these things. I think it's something around 700 horsepower with that crate motor, but then you can see the quality of the build as well. You can't see any wiring, everything all tucked away thanks to these extra wheel well covers, an extra firewall, and then it's been widened by taking the factory fenders and then sending them out. You can see that in the front and the back. All really well done. The quality on this one is just spectacular.
I've been waiting for someone to do this, take one of these crate motor conversions and put a modern automatic transmission in it, and this one is a 10-speed, much like you'd find in today's passenger cars. Well done.
Yeah, you can see the little touches where, you know, the bumper has been shortened. It's less wide, and then they integrated the dual exhaust. The truck bed has been raised to fit all the suspension underneath it. Not that you're going to haul much in this truck anymore. This is all show. It's just stunning.
This one has already won a number of awards. For example, up at the Hot August 9th, it was the Peppermill overall Best of Show. It was a Good Guys Award winner, Best of Show up in Boise. They've done a number of shows with this, and just about everywhere it goes, it comes away with the top prize. $250,000, that 1956 Ford F100. Staying in the Chevy world, a 72 K10 Cheyenne Super Custom.
Well, one big difference I'm seeing on this one, you look underneath, and they went ahead and ditched the solid front axle for independent suspension there, coilover. So a major upgrade there as far as the ride, and major upgrade under the hood as well. Looks like an LS3, and they did the vintage treatment as we've seen on a few others. No supercharger on this one, but still great performance, and yeah, the impeccable quality as far as the paint job and everything else.
Yeah, I love that they've retained the four-wheel drive but added independent front suspension. That'll make this a lot more drivable, though, with this lift and those large tires. It certainly has a go-anywhere vibe, doesn't it?
It really does. And, you know, Mike, if you take a look at the interior, what I really like that they did here was they made some of those modern tweaks, better seats. They look like they might be TMIs, but I really like the steering wheel here. It looks like an original steering wheel, but it's cut down a little bit, still wrapped with leather to still give you that original original style, but a little better feel, but a really nice mix of modern. You can see the big screen in there. I'm sure they got CarPlay in there. It really helps modernize everything. And, of course, those AMP research steps that pop out when you get in helps you launch in there.
Well, of course you like the interior, right? Another plaid one. How'd you miss that?
You know plaid is rad, my friend.
And they bedlinered the rear so you could actually use this to haul things. Looks like it's never had anything in the back, though. The beadlock style wheels with the oversized tires. Bronze on this to sort of match the interior in the plaid. I think everything's done right here.
So the plaid era in automotive manufacturing was roughly 1974 to about 1982. I have a 1980 Triumph TR8 sports car. That thing has a factory plaid interior. What year were you born?
1980.
There you go.
That's right.
Smack in the middle of things. I get it.
Yeah, he is a factory plaid.
Hey guys, I want to give a little credit here. You know, it is tricky to use a modern wheel on a vintage truck. I think they did a really nice job with this one. As y'all mentioned, the bronze ties into the interior. You got the beadlock simulator on there. Really nice truck.
Well, yeah, this truck is pretty wild here. They did the quad door treatment, sort of the suicide door, from a modern truck cab, and you can see you have the second row of seating there, the 1963 suicide door style. A major upgrade there. Now this is the GMC 4000, so sort of the industrial commercial truck chassis. That's where they got the really long frame to do that big cab. And as you can see, the dually rear. They didn't have dually trucks in 1963, and I don't believe they had a cab, at least definitely not with the doors like that either. So a radical custom. But if you look in the bed, they actually retained the gooseneck as if someone could actually use this to tow. It's not sacrificing anything for the style points. And under the hood, 7.4 liter 454. So a modern Vortec from, say, the late 90s. And you can see, yeah, the pinstriping. There's, oh, the wood bed you see with the gooseneck. And then they did pinstriping with the GMC to accentuate that. LEDs all around. And, yeah, the second layer of paint and then the pinstriping down the side. A lot of work into this paint job.
$140,000 for all that custom work on a massive GMC dually pickup from 1963. All right, one of the stars of the auction is up there right now, a 1977 Ford F-150, the Hoonitruck. Let's listen to Craig.
His videos are the first videos that really broke the internet. His fantastic driving. Here is his son, Micah. His wife is also up here. The family came to watch this absolutely historic truck from Gymkhana 10 sell here at Barrett-Jackson. This is a real piece of history, as I said when it came up, all handmade, and I don't know what else to say about it, but this is one of those vehicles that you'll look back in time and say, Ken was one of the masters of driving. The cars that they built did some unbelievable, not stunts, precision driving to the very edge of what is capable of being done. Joseph?
All right, here we go, Craig.
And guys, this is just, it is truly one of the most special vehicles here. That's a 3.5 V6 twin turbo out of the Ford GT Le Mans program. It's paired up to an all-wheel drive transmission sequential shift. To make sure everything was working, it was all built to be modular. So let me show you backside here in the inside of the truck. So each section, the idea was that this part of the suspension, right or left, or the whole center section, the rear section, if anything was hurt during one of those Gymkhana videos like Gymkhana 10 or Climbkhana 2 where this thing ripped up the Tiananmen Mountain in China, everything could be replaced in about 15 minutes, including that transmission. If you look inside, everything is made to be on quick release in the interior so you can get the handbrake out, everything, drop that transmission, replace it in 15 minutes. So special to see Lucy here with the truck and Ken's son as well. This thing, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Mike, to own something like this.
Well, right now,
$700,000 is bid.
that
$750,000.
now the #1 sale of the day so far. You realize, I mean, the video where he takes this in China, Gymkhana 10, That had 30 million views worldwide. Everybody knows this truck, and that's why $800,000, to be honest with you, doesn't seem like a lot.
No, and one thing that's really neat, when they built this with Ford, the idea, because the F-150 was all aluminum, if you take a look inside, you can see the door shell is still steel, but it was made to be aluminum on the inside. Just like the bed panels, there are steel panels that were made when they were making videos if they got banged up. You can see on the inside of the bed, these were all hand-formed. Detroit Speed just did an incredible job when they built this, but it is a real truck. You can see in the back, there's a tow kit, there's a trailer brake setup. They still towed the Hoonitruck on the beginning of Gymkhana 10, on the beginning of Gymkhana 10 in Shamrock, Texas. This truck also has an invitation, I've heard, to go to the Peterson Museum to help benefit the 43 Institute in memory of Ken. What an amazing piece.
$900,000 for the Hoonitruck. Ken Block, we lost him a couple years ago, but this truck is truly a legend that he put on the road.